There you go.
So today was pro day in Colorado for Colorado's two superstars, Travis Hunter and Shedeur Sanders. Didn't get a lot from Travis Hunter. He kind of ran patterns for Shedeur Sanders, who looked pretty good in his own pro day.
Which is more than Travis was expected to do.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think you look, honestly, pro days and having them do stuff is so overrated. I get you want to see him run and do things, but it's kind of overrated. But before we get to the big advice that I could get Shedeur Sanders locked into the top 3 in the draft, here's the best quote of the day. Because, Coach Prime is not going to let this moment go without milking it for all it's worth, making Colorado Pro Day a thing. We'll see you every year. He's going to make it this whole big thing. It's a big party. Come out to our Pro Day. We have all these great players. But what I love is what he said about Browns owner Jimmy Haslam, likely because the possibility exists one or two of my kids, because he says Travis Hunter's his other child. One of my 2 kids is going to have to go play in Cleveland. Here he is talking about Browns owner Jimmy Haslam.
Pleasant. It was charming. It was engaging. And it was cool. It was all right. He's a good guy, and I like it. I like it. Coach, I think one of those guys is going to be there.
I like the guy. I love he's a good guy. I love Jimmy. Not even Browns fans are saying that about Jimmy Haslam. No one has said that.
There's been a lot of court cases that would say Jimmy Haslam's not that guy for it.
I like him. He's a good guy. Yeah, I like it. Yeah. Oh man, Coach Prime. You got to go to the Google machine and go to Wikipedia and look at Jimmy Haslam.
Well, but which is better, that quote or when he said he would buy Shiloh a car if he ran a 4.4?
Oh, that's a good one. Oh, whenever a car is out there for something, although I got to think he has a really nice car.
Mike, that's like me offering Jason $1 billion if he can run it in a 4.4.
I don't know. I think there's a better chance of Shiloh Sanders running a 4.4.
No chance. That's why Dion offered a car.
Yeah, no,
Wait a minute. 40 yards or 20 yards? I can give you a 4.4 and 20 yards. Oh, 40. Yeah, no, I'd struggle with that.
You ain't doing 4.4, 20.
I'd struggle.
Your first step's bad enough.
You're not doing 4.4 4 yards.
No, I'll do a 4.4 20. Now 4.4 40. No, it's not happening.
A 4.4 4. Moses Malone.
I might be the first guy to run a 4.2 20-yard dash. I'm running a 4.2. I'm running a 4.1 in a 20-yard dash.
That was great. 4.4.
Fo. Haslam's a great guy. I love Haslam. He's a great guy. But look, here's the thing for Shedeur Sanders, right? And this is someone who needs my public relations advice more than anybody, right? He obviously does. Because you are seeing his name potentially slip through the draft. And whether you agree with it or not, perception is reality. And that's what a lot of people have to understand, that perception is – maybe you're misunderstood. Maybe you are. I'm not saying – but the perception is that, boy, Shedeur Sanders didn't impress a lot of people at the combine with some of the things. The optics about him aren't great. So now you're seeing a guy who was once a lead pipe cinch to go in the top 2 or 3, slipping through the first round. I've seen mock drafts where, hey, he could be there at 6 or 7 for the Jets, and the Saints might be able to come up and get him, and maybe Jackson Dart goes before. It's like, you have to stop this silliness now, right? Because teams, when they get to the draft, they look for reasons to say no. Right? Whenever it's, boy, we're spending a lot of money on a guy we got to get this quarterback decision right, and you are looking for reasons to say no because we'd rather make a different decision and take Travis Hunter, who is a great player, we'll sell his jersey, and he is an amazing, if he doesn't go number 1, if Cam Ward goes number 1, whatever it is. Like, we're looking for a reason. We got to say yes to somebody, but you look for reasons to say no unless it's someone who checks all the boxes. We really hope to get him. We got our fingers crossed. And Shedeur Sanders, the last few months, again, it doesn't matter if you agree or not. The perception is, hey, his optics aren't great. And people want to know, if I'm drafting a quarterback, I want to know that I'm drafting a leader. I want to know that I'm drafting someone that's going to step up to challenges and is going to accept responsibility and not shirk their way from it or blame their offensive line. Shedeur Sanders needs to go on a redemption tour and it was great today seeing him on set today was a good first step, but he's got to talk. He's got to go very publicly on a bunch of different sports stations. He's got to talk to teams that are picking in the top 3, and he's got to assuage them. I am your guy, and and Deion's got to do the same thing, because the last thing you want is him falling through the draft. You need to make teams, hey, you take my guy, you're going to get a superstar player, because he has all the tools. I love everything about him on the field, but you're spending money on a guy, hey, okay, we're entrusting you the next 3 years of our franchise. We want to make sure you're up to this, and not someone who's going to, shrink from the challenge or blame other people. Like, we want to know that you're going to be a leader here, and players are going to want to follow you. You have to go on the next 2.5 weeks and say, hey, I'll do all the interviews, talk to all the teams I can, everything I can, so they know it is good to take me, and you are getting a superstar guy.
Yeah, the question always comes out of the anonymous sources. The guy that's the most salty is the one that's quickest to the keyboard or to the reporter to go, I have some thoughts on this. Just don't use my name. Don't use my name. Which means you could have 19 people in the room that are all on board, and the one guy's like, I just he didn't, address me the right way. He nodded a little too nonchalantly in my direction. So, I don't know. The stuff about the lineman is the one thing I think I would press him on in interviews. Otherwise, I want a guy who thinks he can take over the world. That's the whole point of drafting a quarterback at that space.
Yeah, but there's too much. We're going to have more on this coming up next. Jason and Mike, Fox Sports Radio.